What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Principles, episode 3. Okay, so we are continuing looking at Ray Dalio's life principles in his book, Principles of Life and Work, and we are at item 1.5. Let's give it a read. Evolving is life's greatest accomplishment and greatest reward. Evolving is life's greatest accomplishment and greatest reward. So basically, that means becoming better than your old version of yourself is life's greatest accomplishment. So being better is definitely an accomplishment. Agree there. And greatest reward. The greatest reward in life is being a better version of yourself. Now, when it comes to trying to be successful or when you're on the path of pursuit of success, I think there's no question. And that's kind of one of the problems we're running into here is that Ray is trying to give you maxims for success. And I am trying to look at this as maxims for a happy, successful life. So I guess that I don't know if you can see the contention there. There is this middle ground, not middle ground, but contention between success and happiness. Like it really depends on how you want to live your life. Is evolving and becoming a better version of self the greatest reward in life? Is becoming a better person a better reward than having someone love you, for example? So this is why I can't right off the bat agree with this, because no, that's true. Evolving will make you more successful. There's no question. And this is principles for success. But again, I'm scrutinizing these principles for a purpose. It's to show you, not to show you because I want to do it really, but because I guess there's more to life than just traditional success. So is evolving the greatest reward in life? It might be for someone who only cares about measurable success, but I think something like love really can't be quantified as the greatest or not. But let's move on. We've got a couple to cover today. So underneath 1.5 is letter A. The individual's incentives must be aligned with the group's goals. So what gets someone to do something? The individual's incentives must be aligned with the group goals. So why someone wants to do something, what's incentivizing them, should be aligned with the goals of the group. In order to have success, everyone's incentives should be aligned with the group's goals. Yeah. That sounds good to me. In order to increase success, you must be incentivized with what the group wants to get. If you're all working on something together, the way to have the most success is definitely going to be to have similar incentives. Now, that doesn't mean they have to be identical incentives. Someone might be incentivized by one thing or the other, but if your incentives of, say, wanting to make money and the other person's incentive is wanting to create an amazing product, and through that you both have a goal of making the next iPhone the best iPhone ever, you're aligned. So that, 100% confirmed. Letter A is good for me. Reality is optimizing for the whole, not for you. Reality is optimizing for the whole, not for you. See, that doesn't sound exactly right. I hope I wrote that one down right. As you can see, if you can see, I actually took notes on the entire book and I wrote the principles down, so I'm reading from the paper. I hope that one's right. Reality is optimizing for the whole, not for you. So in reality, you're optimizing for the whole, not for you. I just have a feeling that I messed up the word in some way for that one. But yeah, I mean, is reality optimizing for the whole, not for you? I mean, you were all part of the whole. Every step you take has an effect on someone else. That's just the way things go. Okay. Oh, so the world is optimizing for the whole, not for you. And does that kind of mean that like the world doesn't revolve around you? Reality is not reflected based on what you do. It's based on what everyone's doing. Perhaps. Sorry, I can't give a definitive response to that one because I'm not sure exactly. Let's go on to C. Adaptation through rapid trial and error is invaluable. Bang. No objections to that at all. Adaptation through rapid trial and error is invaluable. Yes. Every time you try and you fail, you learn and succeed in the future. There's no question about it. You becoming better and stronger and learning from trial and error. Trial meaning you try and do something. Error meaning you fail it is invaluable. This is how everyone who's become successful has become successful through trying something, not succeeding right away, thinking about why, and then trying again. C, fantastic. D, looks like I wrote D twice. So there's D and E. D, realize you are simultaneously everything and nothing and decide what you want to be. Ooh, that might be too heavy for some people. Let's read it again. Realize you are simultaneously everything and nothing and decide what you want to be. I could talk about this a lot. I cannot scrutinize this point at all. I wholeheartedly agree. It's again, it's all about your perception, right? I bring that back a lot, and that's what I use to criticize a lot of his points. Where me and Ray disagree is that I think perception creates reality. He thinks reality is based on nature, but realize you are simultaneously everything. You're the center of the universe. Physically, whatever, scientifically speaking, again, bear with me on science. The way it works is the universe is ever expanding. So if someone ever tells you you're not the center of the universe, they're wrong. Like, scientifically, you are the center of the universe because the universe is expanding around you. But whatever. You're simultaneously everything and nothing, and decide what you want to be. That's right. We're everything and we are nothing, and it's up to you to decide what you want to be. Could not agree more. Last one. I have it written as D, but it's really E. What you will be depends on the perspective you have. This was a great episode. I stumbled a little bit. I'm not sure about letter, what was it? B, reality is optimizing for the whole, not you. Let's go back to that again in a second. But what you will be depends on the perspective you have 100%. And I mean, you could say that what you will be could depend on what other people think of you as, but it's just not really a realistic way to look at life because people's perceptions change all the time. Your perspective can change all the time as well, but what you will be depends on everything, like I've said. So maybe Ray and I agree more than I let on. Everything you are is what your perspective of yourself is. Like I said, if you might not be good at something, but if you think you are, it's your life, it's your perspective, it's your universe. You're the center of the universe. You decide who you are, what you're going to be. I love it. This is a great one. And it's funny because I start off by disagreeing with the overall, the 1.5, but then A, B, C, D, and E, I pretty much agreed with all of them. I think I stumbled over B a little bit. Let's look at B again. Reality is optimizing for the whole, not for you. I feel like I'm missing a word or something there. But yeah, I mean, overall, evolving is life's greatest accomplishment and greatest reward. No. I think life's greatest reward is love. I mean, in my value pyramid, where what drives me to continue growing my business, I do have self-improvement above love, but in a realistic, existential sense, I think love is a greater reward than becoming a better person. That's just my opinion, really, though. All right. So that was Principles Episode 3. What you will be depends on the perspective you have. That was letter E. There was a little bit underneath. To what extent will you put others' interests above your own? What will you be depends on the perspective you have. To what extent will you put others' interests above your own? That was just a question that's added on to letter E. That's a good question. You tell me, guys. All right, yeah. So let's get some audience interaction here. To what extent will you put others' interests above your own? Someone let me know in the comments. Thank you all for joining me on Principles Episode 3. Go ahead and look back through it, and we can think about these principles moving forward. I'm excited to keep this series going. I think this was a really good episode. Though I didn't love 1.5, all the subpoints underneath it were pretty damn good. So, stick with me, guys. Big things happening. Take it easy.